the complete guide to investing in bonds and how they can save your portfolio. Introduction. Why should you invest in bonds? Bonds are a type of security that pays the investor a fixed income and provides the company with capital. They are generally more stable than stocks and can provide steady income. There are many different types of bonds, but the basic and most popular types are government bonds, corporate bonds, and municipal bonds. A bond is a type of debt that is issued by a corporation, government, or municipality. Investors who buy these securities agree to lend money to the issuer in return for interest payments at regular intervals. How to choose the right bond for your investment strategy. A bond is a debt security that is issued by a government or corporation to borrow funds from investors. Bonds are often used as a way of financing large projects, such as building roads and bridges. Bonds typically pay interest over the period of the loan, known as the term. The term can range from 1 day to 30 years. Bonds also come in two main types: corporate and government bonds. Corporate bonds are issued by companies and offer higher yields than government bonds, but are riskier because they are less protected against default. Government bonds are backed by the full faith and credit of the issuing country, so they offer lower yields, but also have less risk of defaulting on payments. There are many factors you should consider when choosing a bond for your investment strategy, including your time horizon, your risk tolerance, liquidity needs, tax implications, and more. When you're ready to invest in bonds, it can be hard to know where to start. Bonds are a form of debt, so you're lending money to the company or government that's issuing the bond. Interest on bonds is usually paid every 6 months by the issuer. The investor purchases bonds from a bank or securities brokerage, which will then manage the sale and purchase of bonds on behalf of investors. What are the different types of bonds, and how do they work? Bonds are a type of security that is issued by a company or government in order to borrow money from the public. There are different types of bonds, so it's important to know what they all are before investing. Debt bond. A debt bond is a bond that pays interest payments to the holder at regular intervals until the maturity date. The company issuing the bond will make regular interest payments, usually semi-annual, and pay back principal when it matures. Convertible bond. A convertible bond can be converted into shares of common stock at a specified price on its maturity date. A convertible bond is often seen as an investment option for investors who want exposure to equity, but don't want to purchase stocks outright. Zero coupon bond. Zero coupon bonds do not pay any interest payments and instead offer investors an upfront discount on their purchase price in exchange for lower yields over time. How to buy bonds on the market for maximum returns. A bond's price is determined by its maturity date, the credit rating of the issuer, and the prevailing market interest rates. Interest income as well as potential capital gains on maturity are provided to investors by bonds. There are many ways to buy bonds on the market, and they can be done either through a financial advisor or by using an online platform. Bonds are issued by a government, corporation, municipal authority, or other organization, and are sold at predetermined prices. Conclusion: the benefits of investing in bond funds for your future. Investing in bond funds is a smart way to invest money for your future. Bond funds are investments that invest in bonds, which are loans made to companies or governments. Bonds can be bought and sold on the bond market, and the price of a bond depends on many factors, including how likely it is that the borrower will repay the loan. Bond funds provide investors with a diversified portfolio with less risk than individual bonds. They allow investors to choose between different levels of risk so they can decide what they want their portfolio to look like.